President Edgar Lungu's claims that the social cash transfer program was doing well and that 632,020 households were benefiting from it seemed to have been the opposite of reality. Beneficiaries were actually not receiving the funds as more than 43,000 kwacha was misapplied. Further exposure through the British High Commissioner to Zambia, Ferguson Cochrane, that funding for the project had been freezed, saw Chief Government Spokesperson Dora Celia claiming ignorance. But this was not so long before Special Assistant to the President, Press and Public Relations Amos Chanda indicated that government was actually aware of this and that President Lungu had ordered investigations of the social cash transfer 4 months ago. In that statement, Mr. Chanda also indicated that the President had instructed then Community Development Minister Emerin Kabanshi and a finance counterpart Margaret Mwakatwe to engage donors on the need to resume funding. Such contradictions in facts have cast a doubt in the leadership of President Edgar Lungu's administration. This is what People's Alliance for Change President Anford Banda says.
First of all, we support the donors' demand for accountability for the funds that have been, are given to government to disperse, especially for social cash transfer. These funds are supposed to help the vulnerable in society. I think what we have seen is the PF government is becoming a bit relaxed, with fighting corruption and, improving good governance, because China does not demand for that. So this issue where Britain, Finland, Ireland and Sweden have withdrawn their aid to Zambia, I think it's an eye-opener, because I think it will help the PF government to ensure that they focus more on good governance and the fight against corruption. Now, what's surprising is that the president was in Parliament just a few days ago, and he mentioned that the social cash transfer is benefiting a lot of people, and from 78 districts in last year, it has now gone to all the districts.
Banda also questions who the beneficiaries of the social cash transfer are.
Now we want to know which people have benefited, because for what we know right now is that these funds have been stolen. So how did the program expand when the funds have been stolen? So who has been doing a report? Who has been giving a report to the president to say that this program is going on well? So that's our concern. This shows that the president is surrounded by people who are just lying to him, and we hope that this is a wake-up call to ensure that he cleans up his associates and come up with a team that is going to actually help improving the economy of this country and also the image of the country, because it's now news world over that a lot of aid has been cut from Zambia, and that our budget partly depends on aid that comes from these same donors.
The Drug Enforcement Commission and the Anti-Corruption Commission, on the other hand, have been instructed to probe this matter, while Secretary to the Cabinet Roland Musiska has been given 1 week to report back to the President. Mwapeko Mwenda, Prime TV News, Lusaka.